Welcome back to the Undepressionable video series. My name is Brian Forsyth. I want to thank you again for trusting me and trusting yourself, more importantly, to take action and to learn all of these things. I appreciate it. And with that, we're going to talk about today's topic, which is core peace. And I call it core peace because that's really where you want peace, at your core. And that starts with being able to look inside. Because the truth is, depression can overwhelm us with all these different things, thoughts and feelings and emotions. And so if we're not careful, we can get swamped and sucked up into, these swirling thoughts. And so one of the things that's really helped me is meditation. And I know that meditation, a lot of times people are like, oh, that's mystic mumbo jumbo, whatever. But the truth is that meditation is really just about sitting still in a quiet spot and breathing. And all that other stuff about astral projection and all the other things, it's what it is. But at its core, meditation is basically just breathing. Sitting and breathing. And the thing is depression can overwhelm us. And so we have to get very good at stepping back and watching. Because here's the thing. The problem with dealing with depression is that most of the time when people deal with depression, they run away from it. They hate it. And I'm not saying it's walk in the park. I'm saying that is not the way to beat depression. You've got to study it. You've got to look at what makes it breathe and what makes it bigger and what makes it grow. And more importantly, what shrinks it. Because in a very real way, depression is like a little creature that lives inside of you. And you have to know how to not feed it. And one of the things I've talked about in one of the videos in this little mini course is journaling. And journaling allows you to see what your inner garden looks like. Because your inner garden is one of the things that can feed it. What you allow in your inner garden is one of the things that it feeds off of. If you have an inner garden that, is full of like dark and cynicism and all these different things, then it's gonna get stronger. So to beat depression, you've got to turn and look at it. Watch it. Pay attention to it. Know where you are in the depression cycle, because it is cyclical. And one of the ways that we talk about is thought journaling, to figure out like where in the cycle you are. One of the things that's key is being able to watch versus be. Watch versus be is easy to explain. If you're watching a movie about how to paint sidewalks, and you don't really care about that, so you're watching and you're completely uninvested. That's watching. Being is when you're watching your favorite movie, like John Wick. You love John Wick, Tom Cruise, whatever. And you're like totally invested. And your heart's pounding and all these different things. You're invested. You are no longer watching. You are being. So we have to learn to watch versus be. We have to learn to be able to step back and watch and report and take note. Because we have to be able to see and to see accurately. And one of the ways that's really going to help with that is meditation. Because one of the keys of meditation is that when you are meditating, you're not judging the thoughts. You're not wanting the thoughts to be different. You're just sitting and breathing. And as all the thoughts come through, you're just watching the thoughts. And so in that instance, we are learning just a little bit of how to step back and watch versus be all caught up in it. And just like everything, if you don't practice it, you're not going to be good at it. If you don't practice meditation, you're not going to be good at it. It's going to be hard for you to sit still for 3 minutes, much less 20. So you have to start 1 minute, 3 minutes, and tell yourself that, you're going to do this. One of the things that meditation teaches you is to deny the mind. Because you'll be sitting there and you'll be starting to do your meditation and your mind will be like, you're not doing this right. This is wrong. This is supposed to feel different. All these different little things that you'll hear and you'll fear, that you'll hear in your head, all these thoughts. You'll have these feelings. And each time that thought comes up, thank you. Thank you. Not go away, but thank you. But I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. Thank you, thought. Thank you, brain. We're acknowledging, but we are not trying to edit. Because we can't edit. Our thoughts, our brain is going to crank out thoughts. That's what it does. So what we have to do is learn to watch the thoughts, to acknowledge the thoughts, but not hate the thoughts or try to edit the thoughts or wish the thoughts would go away. Because there is no truer statement than what you fight gets stronger. So meditation is very powerful and it's very simple. And all it requires is just to set a timer and to watch. And just acknowledge the thoughts and breathe. And you can do guided meditation. There's a guided meditation that I included as part of this this mini course. It's called 7 Minutes to Calm. I prefer guided meditations myself. You may, if you don't want a guided meditation, you can go online and find just an audio track that is soothing for you. You can do meditation in silence. That's challenging. I recommend when you first start out that you have guided meditation. There's a lot of options there. For one thing, guided meditation, in particular, is a lot easier to, slip into because you've kind of got something that you're focused on. So I hope you experiment with that. And so one of the things that I'm including in this video is the Wim Hof breathing techniques. And I want you to know that it's really simple to do and it's really powerful, but you only want to do it when you're laying down or sitting down. It's really simple. You're just taking deep, deep breaths, belly, chest, deep breaths, and then let it out. Deep breaths and let it out. And I encourage you to try this. I'm not going to go through the whole technique, but I do want you to reach out and discover this and decide whether or not it's really something that you want to experiment with. I do the Wim Hof breathing techniques every morning, and it is pretty amazing. The breathing techniques have been used by countless people to increase their level of health. And what's interesting is that Wim Hof, in addition to the breathing, talks about this exposure to cold. I take cold showers every day, and I highly recommend all that kind of stuff for you. Like I said, I'm not going to explain exactly how to do it. I'm going to let Wim do that. You can go on YouTube. You can download his app, and he will be happy to teach you the finer points of the Wim Hof breathing. I'm saying something about the Wim Hof breathing because I want you to be interested in what your body's doing. Because, like I said, the tendency for somebody who's dealing with depression is to run away from it and to wish it to go away. And you probably know that doesn't work. So we have to turn and face it. We have to get more in tune with our bodies and more accepting of our bodies and feeding our bodies. And that includes deep breathing, lots of water, good food, being more interested in maybe some things that we have not ever been interested in before. So I hope that this is something that you really experiment with. Meditation is like one of the big keys in the undepressionable methodology. It is like probably near the top because that skill, that ability informs so many other parts of the techniques, the concepts. So I hope that you're going to take all this information. You're going to, look up the Wim Hof stuff, download his app, start working on this meditation. Like I said, set a timer, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever it is. Every thought that comes up, say thank you. Thank you. Don't edit. Just perceive. Notice. All right. I'll see you on the next video.